around all the time. So we decided that everything should be fabricated outside, and only in the night you will be able to install it. So we designed the whole building, everything means I would say about 80 to 90% of all the elements are all in structural steel, and they would come and install it in the night, and that's my building. And once the building is there, then how to give a form, how to give a shape is a matter of just an ability, and your constructional ability, your design ability. Now these are the concepts, how a concept has come. Now why am I spending this time? Because the kids say that how do we design? If I'm going astray, please ask me questions, I'm happy to answer. Being open to suggestions is a very, very important aspect in my life. And anytime, people have told me such absurd things. When they tell me, I think in my mind and say, oh my God, this man is crazy to tell me like that. But I never say it. I listen. And then after about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, when you think about it, you say, there is a reasoning and we should do it. This building is Vastu on Worli Sea Face. The building was designed, it was a triangular building, and the plot is also a triangular plot. It had a top which was going at. My client's Maharaj came on the site to do the puja, and we were supposed to do the puja, and the first foundation was supposed to be casted. My client told me, Maharaj Sahib Aves, tame bhi aaujo. You understand? It's like Maharaj Sahib is coming, you also come. So I also went and set for the puja, everything, puja is done, this. And the client tells the Maharaj Sahib, kindly come and, in Gujarati, kindly come and see the model. So he comes and sees the model, and he says, Arey, na. I said, what? He said, I am trasu nahi chale. Trasu in Gujarati, triangular, nahi chale. I said, my God. So I said, and the first thing was a shock, and saying that, oh, this crazy man has to come today. Okay. I took a pen on the plan. I told Maharaj Sahib, and goal kare. To chale, so both saru. And the top, which was like that, I just made it like that. Everything was done. And mind you, this building, everyone loved it, or half of them loved it, half of them hated it. Say, kya banaya? But it got the attention. Okay. So this is one, and this, Meghmala hai? No, okay. There was another client. At this time, see, never discard when a client comes and tells you something, however absurd you feel it is, don't discard it. Don't discard it, and I'm saying don't discard it. I'll tell you another story of a man. His name is, he's still a builder in Mumbai, and you can go and meet him and ask him also that whether I said anything wrong. His name is Kirti Kedia. He came to my office one morning. I used to do work for his father and uncle and all of that. And at that time there was a land ceiling law in Mumbai. Means you were not allowed to make a flat more than 80 square meters. Okay? Now this guy, being a Marwadi, very, very good with figure and very good with numbers. So he came and said, Hafeez, I want you to design this building for me. So I said, wow, very good. So I said, क्या requirement क्या है? 80 square meter का flat बनाने का है, and like a true Marwari, he says bedroom मेरे को ये size चाहिए, 10 by 14, living room मेरे को 20 by 20 चाहिए, kitchen मेरे को ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए. At first I said, हाँ ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Then he's talking. At that time I just made some calculation. I said, Kirti, I just add up this. Only the carpet area is going more than 80 square meter, and I'm supposed to give you 80 square meter as built-up area. How can I give you? He said, "Arey Raja, दिमाग लगाना हो जाएगा." I said, "Don't be crazy. I can't beat arithmetic." He says, "दिमाग लगाना हो जाएगा." Mind you, I said, the stupid fellow in my mind, absurd, this, that, everything I said, but never let I thought of it. Chalna laga na? Okay, now I want the plan. What I did, he wanted 10 by 14. Now, this is 10 and that is 14. Okay? There is a small triangle on this side and small triangle on that side, which is not in the area. But I am giving him 10 by 14 room. Okay? Then, this is 20 by 20, but it is cut. So I gave him living room 20 by 20. And mind you, when he's leaving, he says, "Kal sham ko main aata hu plan dekhne ke liye." So the guy was saying, "Oh, it is only 1 month since I have been working, and just got the first doodle." That's not acceptable, my dear. You have to work overnight. You have to speed. Speed is the essence. So this is what I gave to him, and it became a real hit. Stole the whole building because nobody else was giving such large sizes, 10 by 14, 20 by 20 in 80 square meters. And here was a guy who's giving that. Everybody bought it. Okay, now let's go back. Sorry. So, another story of that kind. Never discard what a client says. There was one of this downfall in real estate. And with God's good grace, we have been working for DLF since 1986 or something like that. And one of the downfall, Rajiv Singh called me. We were selling buildings for 1,300 and all that. And the downfall, no buildings were getting sold for more than 600, 700 rupees. And at that time, our cost of construction was 800, 850. So Mr. Rajiv Singh called me and says, "Hafeez, we have to apply our mind and construct economically. You have to construct in 500. We are constructing for 800 and 850. And he says 500. Otherwise, I won't be able to sell. I'll have to stop my, I'll have to start a new business, and you better go back to Mumbai." I said, my God, we applied our mind. And mind you, we economized on everything. We made the whole building on a grid. Normally we put a toilet, perpendicular to the outside. We put the toilet parallel to the outside, so that when you have a basin, the pipe just goes directly into the duct. So you have only that much of a pipe. Otherwise, you have perpendicular, then the basin is here, potty is here, shower is here, the supply pipe comes, goes in, then the return pipe comes. All of that, simple things. We economize. And we brought the cost to 550 rupees. And he sold it for 800 rupees, and it was a hit. Again, whenever a client says the most absurd thing, it's not absurd. Because it is pinching him, and because that is the only survival kit that he has, he's telling you, for you, you should always feel that you are spending your own money to make that building, and how would you do it? Then do it. And that will be the success story. Okay? Oh. Hirandani Gardens. Everybody talks about it as classical buildings and classical township. Why did we do classical buildings? Nobody was doing classical buildings. The first building I did for Hirandani was this Lake Castle. When we did Lake Castle, none of this was existing. None of these, none of this was existing. This was the last plot in his complex, and behind that were the hills. Nobody had heard of Powai. Nobody had heard of Hiranandanis. When this building was given to me to design, means he never asked me to design a building like that. He said, this is the plot, I want you to design a building. And at that time, they were just doing some small ground and one upper bungalows. Now this is where, to me, what architecture is all about. Architecture is not just designing buildings. Architecture is a drama. What do I say? Drama. Okay? Architecture is what you have to understand what is going on in the city. This place was not known to anybody, so I said, I must put it on the real estate map. How can I put it on a real estate map? So I did a 25 or 30 story building where everybody else was doing just a ground and one upper bungalows. I did a building which each and every flat would look at the lake. I did a building where each and every flat would be different. So to one I would give a big deck, to another one I would give a balcony in another manner, somebody a double height, somebody this, somebody that. So he is getting something exclusive for him. Then when you are passing on the road, I did not want that hills to be covered, so I created a void which was about some 4 floors by some 60-70 feet, all of this and the whole facade, which was looking like a silhouette of a city, it became a talking point in the city of Mumbai. Everybody was talking, अरे ये building को देखा है, इतना है, ये है, अरे उसमें cutout है, ये है, वो है, this, that. Every flat has a terrace, every flat has a this. Hiranandani and this Hiranandani complex came on the real estate map of Mumbai. The building was success, everybody bought it, and everybody was happy. Now the second building, that is, his brother came and says, hey, now the second building, I can't spend so much of money because all of this, and this height and everything costs money. So now what shall we do? So we said, yes, what shall we do? Okay. So we started trying different things. Started this design, we made Gothic buildings, we made Art Deco, this, and everything, nobody was really happy. So finally we said, hey, why not? These are all going to be small flats. But when a guy buys a small flat also, he feels that that is his palace. So why don't we make classical architecture? And that was the first sign of classical architecture which came on the horizon of Indian architectural horizon. We did the first classical building for Hiranandanis. It became a big success. And another thing, with that, my window sizes came down, my glass quantities came down, so it was cheaper. In a classical architecture, if there is a bird dropping, nothing happens. It doesn't look bad. But there are